That's weird. That's weird. Kind of weirding me out.
You are a sad, strange little man.
Crazy. This is crazy. This is crazy. Isn't that weird?
That's weird, man.
It's strange.
What's up, campers? Welcome back to episode 191 of Camp Strange. I am your camp counselor, Alex Tobin.
And I'm your other camp counselor, Yamis Jefferson.
And we're back to bring the spooky, wacky, weird, strange, and I don't remember the word you just get. Triangle.
3 tips to every triangle.
Well, we're going to get to that.
Or is it 3 corners to every triangle?
Corners? Yeah. Angles?
Tips
is a little sexual.
That's how you want to interpret it. I'm not going to stop you.
But before we get into these tips, we got to catch you up on any of the weird news you may have missed. And David, I have a story right here as Kansas couple charged with collecting man's retirement while keeping his body in their home for 6 years.
I'm assuming that he's dead.
Yes, he was dead.
Okay.
Yes. So, I mean, so this couple, they the dead relative, who was his dead relative? He died at the age of 81 in 2016. His son-in-law and I guess his daughter kept him on the bed he died on, and his body became mummified on the bed. But over the 6 years, they earned $215,000 because they just people kept calling and asking for this guy. It was his pacemaker. His pacemaker went out. His pacemaker showed that he died, and I didn't know a pacemaker could show when you died. Interesting.
That makes sense. I guess I just don't know enough about him.
No, I don't. I actually don't know anything about him. I'm kind of picturing just like a Tamagotchi in your chest. I don't know what they do.
They keep your
pace.
Yeah, they keep your heartbeat from becoming irregular.
I just don't know what they look like or where they even go on your heart.
Yeah.
I just kind of go, okay, put that thing in me, or it's a remote.
I've been listening to what's it called? I've been listening to the Stephen King book on audiobook. The Wall?
I don't know.
Under the Dome.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, that book is so thick.
Yeah. Long audiobook, but there's a part where someone's pacemaker explodes.
Oh shit, out of their chest?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
So I guess there are certain like electromagnetic waves. Like I don't think they can get like I don't think they can go into like a CT scan or anything like that.
Oh, because it's like magnetic and it can just suck through your chest?
That, and then...
That's a CAT scan?
CAT scan?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. A CAT scan. Yeah,
no, it might be funny. CT.
I thought that was being funny there. No, but I forget there was something else that I was either watching.
I'm too stupid for you to be funny with that. I'm like, I just believe you. I'm like, don't know anything about medical equipment.
There's something else I was watching or listening to recently that was talking about how like people with pacemakers can't go near certain things because of like the electromagnetic currents would like make it go crazy.
They can't go near me because I'd just be asking them all day. That thing got games on it.
What type of games do you think a pacemaker got?
Probably
ones that make you jump high.
Operation. They reach into their chest, Kali Ma style. Kali Ma, that thing got games on it. I'm a ghost now. No, but my question was, so these people, like I said, they $216,000 over 6 years. People kept calling and asking to talk to him. They're like, oh, he can't, he's tired, he's sick, blah, blah, blah. And it went for 6 years, and they found out that these two people had been cashing his pension checks and Social Security payments, and it came out to $216,000. And now the bank or whoever is federal courts are charging them. But the thing is, my question is that enough money for you?
That's what I was
to keep a dead body.
I was waiting for you to finish to ask you, do you think $216,000 is enough to live with a rotting corpse for 6 years?
I mean,
I'm not saying that's not a lot of money. I'm just saying to deal with a a mummified corpse for 6 years it's a steep one.
well,
And he's
okay,
not in the crawl space. He's in his bed.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Is like, first off, you lose an entire bedroom to your house.
You lose at least half the house for a good year.
Oh yeah, because that place is gonna stink for the first
The
6
flies.
months.
Oh Lord, the flies.
Once he becomes mummified, he's not really that much of a problem. But the other problem is that you have to like keep that door closed. You probably can't have people over.
Oh,
someone's
God,
gonna walk in there, think it's the bathroom,
Yeah.
take a shit on your mummified stepfather. Your toilet was weird.
It was really flaky.
It looked like a rib cage. But $216,000 is but it's free money too. That's the thing. It's like free
real
money
estate.
feels real good.
Yeah, it does.
Like $216,000 that you earn over 6 years, you're like, that's not that much. But like to not do anything but just not touch a dead body.
yeah. They should have
Oh,
hooked
I got
some
it.
car batteries up to him. Keep that pacemaker bumping.
So, but I think what they tried to do, which is really funny. Wait, let me see. Let me read this again, just really quick. So I think they called the police. Wait, did they? I think they like called in like, oh, he died, and then they're like, how do you fucking sell that? Like, he's clearly a mummy. You know what I mean? Like,
He's been complaining about how thirsty he's been.
oh, have you seen that 107-year-old Buddhist monk?
Oh yeah, that guy looks like
That's-
he died 2 decades ago.
You could sell that one because
Yeah.
mummified that guy looks like alive. That guy.
They should have just
Like,
dressed
did he
him up
just
as
die?
They should have dressed him up as a monk. A little
They
Tibetan monk.
should have. They should have. But yeah, I don't know if somebody found him or if they called in and were like, "Hey, my dad died." Because once you commit to that,
Yeah.
you have to like. There's no way out of it. Like once they were a year in and they're like, "We made like
50.
we made close to $50,000 by just like cashing his payments." They can't just be like, "Okay, there's just two ways out of this. We report him as, oh, he just died," and hope that they don't notice that he's a mummy,
Yeah.
or his body just completely goes missing, and then there's a missing persons case.
Yeah.
And then you have to be like, then you have to, the hardest part of that is helping the police try to find your father where you know where his body is.
Oh yeah, that's how they always get you.
And like people are like, "Oh, you haven't been up for like 7 days straight helping us search," because like after like 4 hours you'd be like, "Yeah, I'm like, I don't think he would be in this part of the forest. I think he
Yeah.
would want me to go take a nap." Because it's like, you know, you're not gonna find him, so it's like all for nothing. Like
Yeah.
people who have hope, and you know, they can go for days.
But in a
people who have
way-
something to hide.
In a way, you're still getting paid.
Hey, you know what? You got to earn that $216,000, right?
Damn straight.
Go hunt. Go look for Daddy.
How old was Daddy?
He was 81.
Okay, so
Daddy
that,
was
you know, that
81.
ruse is only gonna last so long because, you know, you get closer to 100, people are gonna be like, "Oh, we gotta interview this 100-year-old man."
They're like, "Oh my God, Mark Johnson, the 200-year-old Mark Johnson." His great grandkids are like, "Don't talk to him, don't look at him, you can't come in the house." So,
It's not 200 does not look good, guys. You don't want to see it.
you don't want to see it. But I guess both the Lynn Ritter and Kirk Ritter were 61, so they should have known better. They should have known better.
Yep.
Oh my God, Jesus Christ. Anyway, so that's that story. But
All right.
yeah, it sucks because now they're gonna have to pay back that money that they probably already
Yeah.
spent on just fucking air filters and air fresheners and
Little trees.
new sheets. Yeah, they changed the sheets.
Oh, did they?
He fell apart. Imagine they gotta lift him up.
Yeah.
You think he's crumbly?
Yeah.
Okay.
I bet he's like one of those Nature Valley bars.
Oh my God! You can't. Don't cuddle Daddy in bed. He crumbs everywhere.
Stop cuddling Daddy. He's gonna crumb.
I'm gonna crumb. Okay, I'm done. Next story.
He will forever be in our hearts. Kentucky Groundhog dies on Groundhog Day.
No.
Does that just mean winter forever?
That means global warming. We're fucked.
Yeah.
Groundhog's Day is still very confusing to me. I didn't know it was Groundhog's Day recently until I saw a bunch of 81-year-old mummies fucking in top hats holding up a groundhog. It's such a strange holiday. It's fun. It's
It makes
very
sense in a way.
Yeah, it's very uniquely American, and it's kind of silly, and it's fun, and it means nothing. But like, was it the town called Punxsutawney?
Yeah.
Where is that? Is that Pennsylvania?
Yeah, that sounds right. Pennsylvania, maybe Maine.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how to spell Punxsutawney. Let me see, but
Yeah, it confuses me.
Oh my god, I wouldn't have spelled that right at all. Not the Phil. I don't want to know where Phil is. I want to know where Punxsutawney is. Yeah, it's Pennsylvania. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's fun. It's like they're on the map for something. That's pretty cool. Like most towns don't got a cool. My town has, which is getting bigger and bigger. My town.
Hey.
No, they do the ugliest dog competition.
Hell yeah.
It used to be known for arm wrestling, I guess back in like the early 70s.
The ugly dog competition used to be known for arm wrestling.
Dogs were built different back then.
They sure were.
No, we had like an arm wrestling statue, but I think we've turned a new page. I think the slap fighting competition really changed it for us. You know, no one's really interested in arm wrestling anymore.
Not really.
Plus, I've seen one too many videos of people doing it casually, and then their arm just bends backward.
Yeah, I've seen those snaps.
I cannot watch an arm wrestling video anymore without like waiting for somebody to fuck me over by like just their arm snapping backwards.
Well, there's really no reason for like an arm wrestling video to go viral to end up in front of you unless someone's arm is about to snap in half.
Exactly. I'm always very suspect when one pops up. I'm like, either this guy's gonna have like an amazing comeback or the worst day of his life.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be the worst day.
Yeah, most of the
just
time. Just
compound fracture. The other guy slips. Bone through the neck.
They're so loud. They're so loud. You puncture. He's like, so did I win? He like punctures the other guy with his arm bone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Have you seen that slap fighting shit though?
Mm-hmm.
That shit is nuts.
That is the trashiest shit that I've ever seen. I don't like to judge, but man, that is some trashy shit.
It's basically just for fat dudes who have big arms to play sports.
Construction workers.
Yeah, they're just like, dude, some of these guys have like fucking
insane
bear
forearm
paws.
strength, just weathered hands from all
covered
that tooling.
Covered in fucking grandpa's ashes all over their face.
Yeah, they got Monster Energy tattoos on the back of their neck.
Dude, they got to hold like a pool noodle behind their back. Do you see that where they have to like hold?
Yeah.
You ever see that? They have like a baton that they have to hold behind their back so they don't lift up their arms. Oh my god. Dude, I've seen like guys that like they look like they regular at GameStop like are like they're like in that competition just like fucking wrecking people.
Well, it's insane that it's like people are all, concerned, rightfully so, about CTE and football, and then we just have this where people are just knocking each other out by slapping each other.
Next thing you know, it's going to be like high schoolers are going to create a league where they just choke each other out in the grass behind the school.
I'm pretty sure that exists, man.
Did you guys – I remember at a football game in high school. I was like a freshman in high school, and there was these kids like out in the distance, and they were just like doing the thing where you like lean over and you breathe heavily, and then like you stand up and somebody kind of like
knock them out.
Put you in a sleeper hold, and then I'm like, what is going on?
Yeah, it's a good way to roast half your brain.
Kids will do anything to get high in high school, I tell you. It's crazy.
Yeah,
anyway,
goddamn kids.
That kind of tangented from a groundhog, but R.I.P. that groundhog.
Yeah.
Okay, I got one more. Woman tossing trash falls into dumpster, survives getting compacted in garbage truck.
Oh, that's scary.
So, how old was this woman? I don't think it said her age, but I'm guessing she's pretty old because I don't know anybody who falls into a garbage dumpster when they're like tossing their trash in. But this is a super short article, but she fell in New Hampshire. See, that's the problem.
That's where you're cursed.
They
You're gonna
thought
die
she was
like
a
a
hamster.
hamster.
Yeah, they thought she was a hamster. They're like, oh, the worst death imaginable. Yes, coming right up. But she threw her shit in and then disappeared. But somebody heard her screams after they had already compacted it 4 times. And then they got like a cherry picker in there and they found her on top and she was screaming and mad and stuff. And then the police, the fire chief was like, my 32 years, I've never seen anything like this. I'm like, damn, I don't know. That's like, have you seen that movie Ernest Scared Stupid? I think I've brought it up before. But
I don't think I've ever actually seen a Ernest movie.
Oh, that one's pretty fun. I like it. My girlfriend will not watch it with me, which is just
Who?
no one. Ernest P. Worrell. You don't know him.
Oh, okay.
You don't know my girlfriend Ernest P. Worrell.
Skinny John Cena?
What?
Don't people think that Ernest looks like John Cena?
Oh my god, I have never thought that in my life. Is that a thing?
I think so.
Oh my god. Maybe. But yeah, he gets stuck in a trash compactor in his own like trash truck in that movie. And it's actually like the opening of the movie and it's very funny. But it's always stuck in my memory of like that had to be one of the. It's basically the same thing as Star Wars where they're in the compactor room and it's like slowly closing in.
I always wondered how that little monster was living in there, you know?
Oh, with the eyeball?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was he scooting around, not getting crushed?
Well, we don't know what's going on underneath the water.
It's better not to know.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
He's just living his life.
Yeah.
You know?
Just looking for his next little snack.
Yeah. Maybe it's that old woman. Man, imagine if you put 81-year-old daddy in there.
Yeah.
You'd make the chalk out of that they slap each other with.
It's an easy target.
Yeah. Crunchy. Someone's like, you throw like a bunch of bags of chips in there?
Yeah. Oh, there's that default chalk?
Oh, no, my father, he fell in the garbage compactor. He was alive when he fell in.
Oh,
and it must have squeezed all the juice out of him. They juiced daddy.
Not this again. They're like, there was no liquid in there. That was a dry crunch.
If you throw, do you think they soaked him first before they threw him in?
They might have.
We got to soak
vinegar.
daddy.
A little vinegar bath.
He looks so bad. Like they soak him and he just looks, he's like one of those aliens that like you put in water and they get like 5 times bigger.
Love those guys.
He grows so much.
Yeah.
He was way bigger in death than he was in life.
Yeah, real grower.
Okay, that's my story. You have one more?
I do. Alabama said he was too dangerous to parole, but he had been dead for 10 days.
Oh, try 6 years.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so what's this about?
So Frederick Bishop was dead when his parole hearing happened. Since he wasn't there, because he was dead, nobody told them that he was dead, so they went through with the parole hearing. And they didn't have a mugshot for him, and so there was just a chair with a blank frame, and they decided that he was too dangerous for parole.
What's worse though, if they did parole him?
That would have been pretty brutal.
That would have been worse, right?
Yeah.
Like he was 10 days away from freedom.
Yeah. He was serving 20 years for a 2008 robbery conviction, which is...
Only a robbery? He didn't murder anyone?
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up.
But he stole the crown jewels.
Oh.
Yeah, that would have been worse if, like, you got the opportunity. Like, you died, and then, like, a day later, they're like, actually...
Yeah, a little over a week
like
later. Yeah, you're good to go.
Yeah, that would be way worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think robbery is kind of a weird one to go to prison for. I get it. You're not allowed to rob people, but...
For sure.
20 years for a nonviolent crime seems crazy.
Yeah.
But I also get, like, why they... I don't know.
It didn't say armed robbery, so...
Yeah, true.
Huh?
Yeah. I don't know. Who knows what he stole? I want to know what they steal. That's the thing.
Yeah, that makes all the difference.
Do you think if they hit over a certain number while they're robbing somebody that they're like, oh, okay, this is like you stole like a car. Yeah. Grand Theft Auto is more than petty theft.
Yes.
It's grand.
Yeah.
One's petty, one's grand.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy that game is just named after an actual crime?
Yeah.
That's like me creating a game called Manslaughter 6.
Wasn't that another Rockstar game? No, Manhunt. I'm thinking of
Manhunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think they made 2 of them, and that game was like one of the most
Banned.
violent. Like, you put your people's heads in like wood chippers and stuff in that game.
Yeah.
You literally play a serial killer.
Yeah, my parents were pretty relaxed when it came to like video games. Like I played a lot of like Grand Theft Auto when I was in elementary school, but I think Manhunt was one that they drew the line at.
Yeah, they censored the shit out of that game, like even on release. Like,
Yeah.
it was apparently way worse when they initially made it, and then people saw it and were like, "You cannot release this game."
Yeah.
And they're like,
Like
Okay.
video games do not make people killers, but this one will.
Like, we'll go back to drive-bys and hookers. That's like, do you think they made Manhunt in order to like,
Soften the blow of Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah, when you ask your dad, "Can I get $100?" and he's like, "No," and you're like, "Can I get 20?" and he's like, "Yes, of course."
Yeah.
But like, they're like serial killer game or just like drive-bys and strippers.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good deal.
It's a good deal.
That new one does look really good.
What new one?
Grand Theft Auto.
Yeah.
Florida's gonna be wild.
I don't know. Kind of just out on that whole.
They have the Joker in the trailer, dog.
Yeah, he's trying to sue their ass.
He is trying to sue their ass, dude.
And it's not gonna happen.
I know, but like, they have really good lawyers, but like, that is him. 100%.
Sure, 100%.
Like, I mean, I bet there's 4 other Florida guys that look like that. I mean, you could say that Stitches guy was kind of like that.
yeah, that guy's wild. We should do an episode about him.
Put a brick in your face. Know what you gonna do with it. Know what you gonna. Why do I remember that song?
Yeah, that's a good one. Stitches,
Brick in your
man, that
face.
guy is crazy. I think
Openly selling coke.
I think he found Christ.
They all do.
Yeah.
You can only do that spiel for so long.
Yeah.
Before, like, because especially if you have like face tattoos,
Yeah.
you basically have to be like, "I'm so pure and you misjudged me," because for the rest of their life, people are gonna be like, that if that guy's not a evangelical Christian, he's hiding something. Actually, he probably still is hiding something.
Oh, yeah. Hey, everybody's hiding a little something.
A brick in your face. That's what he's hiding.
Been
He's
hiding
hiding
a brick in my face.
An illustrious music career. He fought the game.
Yeah, he got his ass kicked by the game.
I know, and that's embarrassing because it's the game.
Yeah.
Maybe the game in like 2006 when he was still sitting on those wheels on the album cover.
The documentary is a great album.
I think that's the one
Mhm.
where he's sitting on those wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, now he's just kind of cornball, but
He's a dad.
I know.
He seems like a good father. I was actually on his Instagram like this week.
What the fuck?
Isn't that weird? I was just like, I don't know. Something got popped up where he was like tagged in. I was like, I haven't heard about him in a while, and I was like looking at it, and he just seems like he's happy being a father and loves his kids.
Dude, I went to a bachelor party a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
And we went out to, where was it? We were in North Shore Lake Tahoe.
Mm-hmm.
And we drove out to this club that was like technically, I think, in Nevada or like on the cusp. And we went out there and they had like, they bought a table and fuck, that is the dumbest shit ever. Don't ever buy a table.
Yeah,
ever.
stupid. Do it once.
Yeah, do it once, but it's
not worth
such a
it.
waste.
Yeah.
But you could say you did it.
Yeah.
But then they're like, "Oh, but the game's gonna be performing tonight," and
Yeah.
you're like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, that's kind of fun." And he literally came out at 2:30 in the morning. I think he came out and performed 2 songs and fucking left. And I was like, one, why is this club still fucking open at 2:30 in the morning?
Yeah.
Why are we here? And why did he come out that late and do only 2? It was like the biggest grift ever where like you could tell that they paid him and he was like, I'm going to show up whenever I want, just to be like,
Yeah.
this is still below me or something like that, even though he took the money.
Yeah. I worked with him once.
Oh, on the Talib show?
Yeah, and he had armed guards with him. It was pretty crazy.
I mean, he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He's always like, I'm the king of LA. If you wanna come to LA, you better ask me. I'll protect you. He has a song where he's like, they were gonna kill Drake, and I'm the one. It's called like 100 or something like that. and he's like, they were gonna kill Drake, and I came through, and I put a vest on his chest, and I made sure that he was safe. And I was like, okay, dude.
Yeah. Speaking of Drake, man, he's in the news right now.
Didn't he have his nudes leaked?
Yeah, his donger.
Oh no.
For everybody in the world, which I think is funny because I from what I've heard, he has made a statement saying that it is him.
Oh, he did?
That's from what I saw. I didn't see the official statement, but I was reading that he had said that was him. But
Who makes a statement to say that?
But from what I have heard as well is that even if it's not him, it's one that you would want to claim. Because I guess that hog was wild. It's just crazy.
it's funny because I follow John Cena on Instagram, and he doesn't post any pictures of himself. He just posts random shit.
Weird shit.
And what he posted today was Jake the Snake Roberts from WWE, but it was Drake's face on him, and he's holding like an anaconda snake. And you're like, oh, I see what you're doing here. And people were like, yo, John, is this actually you? What the fuck is this? People were like so taken it back by it.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Oh, man.
Hey, good for them. Good for him. Anyway. All right, so we get into these stories?
Yeah. I mean, we touched up on Drake's dong. I think we're going to move on.
You what?
We all touched up on Drake's dong, so I think we can move on. Good for him, you know. He has it hard. He doesn't have enough going for him, you know.
Are you trying to make innuendos? Like, what are you doing?
No, I'm just saying, really.
He has it hard.
No, I wasn't trying to do that. I'm just saying he has such a hard life. Like nothing is really going his way these days. So I'm glad that he's blessed with just a big old hog, you know.
He's a billionaire.
I'm being sarcastic.
Oh, okay. I would say that, like, you know, when somebody gets too big, like, okay, another innuendo. When somebody gets too popular, like Taylor Swift is having like a lot of backlash right now.
Oh yeah.
Because when you get too popular, then people want to like shit on you and stuff like that.
Notch, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So like I don't remember the last time I really liked a Drake album that came out. You know, he has like some hits and stuff, and they're like okay, but he hasn't made a good album in my opinion in like 10 years. So
yeah.
And people are saying the same thing about Taylor Swift. So I don't know.
I don't know who's saying that.
I know Swifties are coming for my neck. I like some of her songs. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I don't really have an opinion on her.
I think most people like to come at her for the fact that she's like the celebrity with the biggest carbon footprint.
Yeah, that's like the new big thing. I just saw her win a Grammy for Best Album, and that kind of gave me the ick. She was pretending to be really surprised, and I was like,
what are you gonna do though?
That's what I told. Like, I was like, okay, she has to do this because she's trying to be humble. And she was like, oh my god. I'm like, you're the biggest pop star on the planet. Like, what do you think's gonna happen? Like, of course they're gonna give you the fourth because she became the artist with the most. She won 4 albums of the year, which is the most anyone has ever had. Huh. So she beat the record. And I was like, of course the Grammys are going to do that because they don't care about who gets the awards. They care about the press that's involved with it.
Yeah, people watching.
They love upsets. They love record breaks. They love like all this shit that's like going to make the news. You know what I mean? Yeah. So they don't really care. It's all subjective. They can get away with it. It's so it's whatever. Same with the Oscars. I mean, same with the the Oscars. Kind of.
It's all just a big circle jerk. I don't give a shit about any of it.
I know.
Who gives a fuck? Like the albums you like. Who cares what anybody else
Exactly.
thinks?
None of the music I like is ever going to be up there, so I don't really
Hey, shout out Killer Mike, though.
Oh, yeah. He got arrested.
Yeah.
What did he get arrested for?
From what I heard is he had an altercation with a security guard at the Grammys. Like a security guard wasn't trying to let him into a certain place, and he like pushed him and was like, I'm nominated for like 3 awards. Like, get the fuck out of here. But I've also been hearing conspiracy theories that it involves Don Glover.
Really?
Because apparently Donald Glover has like a new show coming out that is almost similar to Punk'd.
Oh.
And there have been a few examples, like that one comedy show where like the people like ran on stage and was like really weird, and they're like, everybody like needs to evacuate. Did you see that video? That was like really viral.
No, where was this?
I'm assuming in LA. I don't know where it was, but it was like a really weird video. Stand-up comedian was doing a set, and like two people like ran on stage, and it was like really weird. And then,
yeah. Where people were like, "Everybody stay calm, but we have to get out of here right now."
yeah,
And you're like, that's the opposite of what's like.
Yeah.
Everything's all right. Everyone stay calm, stay in your seats, but we need to leave right now.
Yeah.
And people were like, I'm conflicted by what this means. You think that's a part of his show?
yeah. People are thinking that that's part of the show. They're thinking that the other night Tyra Banks was sitting courtside at an NBA game, and then two furries sat on each side of her and were like pestering her, and it was like a huge ordeal. And people think that was part of it.
I also heard there's a big one that happened. Apparently, they let the killer loose in Wendy Williams' house. That's his next biggest prank. I was listening to a movie podcast that I liked, and they're talking about the killer, he goes, oh, just like Wendy. He goes, don't tell Wendy Williams, and I go, whoa, people know about this.
People
and
know about it. I wasn't making that shit up.
I know. I was like, no fucking way. The killer is out there. That is so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So some people are speculating that Killer Mike getting arrested was
Killer
Mike. They're taking him to her house.
They arrested him and put him in her house. Oh. Anyway.
Great.
Oh,
good
damn.
stuff.
I don't know. That's kind of a big. That's like bad press for Killer Mike. I would be very mad to be like, people don't really know who I am in the general public, and I won 3 Grammys, and I got arrested.
They should know who he is.
Yeah, of course.
Legendary.
But he's underground for the most part,
Yeah.
you know. So but that's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, we should get into these stories now.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, David, you got the Super Bowl coming up, am I right?
Oh, we didn't even talk about it. Real quick, come on, give me your what do you think's gonna happen? Predictions.
Well, I'm from Northern California, so I think the Niners are gonna win, but that's only just because I don't want Patrick Mahomes to win again. It just seems like they always win. They always make it there, so I'm like, let the Niners win. It's been like a while. They got to the playoffs a couple of times, but how long?
85?
I was gonna say it was when Montana, I think, was with them. So
I want to say 85 was their last championship.
They had some good runs, but they've never been able. I mean, since like you said, 85 to get it over the finish line. So I'm hoping that they do, and that'll be cool. But and Kansas City's already had one, and the whole Taylor Swift thing is like, you know, that's a big thing. So I'm like, go Niners. They're my team. Yeah. But I'm not a huge football fan anyway. So, but no, I was gonna do a little pivot.
Okay.
Since Super Bowl's coming up, I'm gonna talk about baseball.
Yeah, home run,
hitting
bunt, dingers,
eating
seeds,
can of corn,
smacking a glove.
Hey, bada bada bada. Hey, bada bada.
Give it a big old smack.
Swing.
You gotta beat that leather in.
Yeah. So today I wanted to tell you about a man that is known as the Babe Ruth of pitching. Not only because he wasn't amazing.
Babe Ruth a pitcher?
He was, but like Babe Ruth. Okay, wait. Let me say this again. This man is known as what Babe Ruth was to home runs. This man was to pitching or strikeouts.
Okay.
That's probably more specific. And Babe Ruth was a pitcher, but he was a pitcher like early on in his career, and he was more of like I actually don't know what position he played, but he became the big hitter later on when he was actually known for. Have you seen The Natural? That movie, The Natural, with like Robert Redford, I think.
No. I'm not like, I like going to baseball games. I like A League of Their Own. But besides that, like, I'm not watching baseball on TV, and I'm typically not watching baseball movies.
Sandlot?
I mean, I watched as a kid, but I can't tell you last time I watched it.
There's a couple good ones. There's like Angels in the Outfield,
yeah.
Little Big League,
Moneyball.
Moneyball.
I never saw Moneyball, but I know it was good.
Oh, Moneyball is really good. That's a lot less about baseball and more about like the workings behind
business.
You would like that one, I think.
Yeah.
Anyway, but yeah. So this guy, you know, he was playing back in the. Oh, but I was gonna say with The Natural, there's a scene where he actually bats against Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth pitches against him.
Yeah.
And he like hits a home run off Babe Ruth, and he gets all pissed off.
Throws a hot 60-mile-per-hour fastball.
Yeah, with that cabbage leaf under his fucking hat. Yeah, with the diabetes foot. With his gamer leg.
His gamer leg?
Have you seen that?
Gamer leg?
There's like this meme going around of a guy with like a fucking like diabetic rotten foot.
Ooh, like
And it says,
gangrene?
"Oh, I got gamer leg." Chris
Whoa.
Barlow sent it to me and it fucked me up last night. It like ruined my night. It genuinely ruined my night. It looks
Have we
so
had
bad.
Chris as a guest yet?
I don't know. I think so, but maybe not.
You need to get him over there, and we need to do
He
this
can't
with
walk.
him.
He got gamer leg.
Yeah, we'll wheel him out.
He'll wrap a trash bag around it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this guy, he was playing in the early 1900s, and he was just like a fucking not only a crazy strikeouter, but a crazy person. As today we're going to talk about Rube Waddell. So I think this guy got brought up before because you have done crazy baseball stories,
Yeah.
and there's a part in this where I went, oh shit, did we tell that story? But then I checked the grid that
Yep.
Amanda made, and I
Holla.
was like, we did not do this story. So yeah,
Shout out Amanda.
yes, thank you. And I went forward with this. So we're gonna talk about Rube Waddell and all of the crazy shit. He's known as maybe the craziest baseball player ever. So
Really?
yes. So Rube was born October 13th, 1876. That's Friday the 13th for you guys
Hell
who
yeah.
like to know that.
You,
In
you
Brad,
calendar heads out there.
yeah, you so-called atheists who are using the modern day calendar that's based off of our Lord and Savior's death and birth. I always thought that was funny. I'm like, so-called atheists when they write the date.
Yeah. Idiots.
2024. What's that based off of?
Yeah. Huh. Interesting.
Ah, weird. So, in Bradford, Pennsylvania, where he was born and raised on a farm where he would find his hidden talent as a child, as he would throw rocks at the crows. What?
I thought you were saying his hidden talent was being a child.
I'm so good at this. I better not grow anymore, or I'm fucked. So no, his hidden talent, as he threw rocks at crows that would try to eat the seeds on the farm. So he's just a crow thrower.
Yeah.
So he also worked on mining and drilling sites as a young man, which helped him with his strength training. And when Rube wasn't working, he was playing stickball as well. And over the years, this combination of pelting birds with rocks, child labor, and a love for baseball would allow Rube's arm and body to become stronger and stronger, and his personality wilder and wilder. So Rube would
Man.
eventually...
I wish
What?
Spike TV was still around and we could pitch an idea of a stickball league with no rules.
You could slap each other.
You could do whatever. No rules. It's just stickball, baby. Okay, maybe one rule. You can't hit people with the stick. But besides that, no rules.
Dude, this was like kind of like... I saw the gloves
Yeah.
on like this man's hand, and it looked like what people use for batting gloves.
No,
It was like a golf glove. I'm
it
like,
was
what
just
the
a-
fuck is this?
It was just a cooked turkey. Just
It
put his
really
hand inside
was.
of it.
It was more of a Cornish
game hand.
game hand. Yeah. Fucking ball up your little hand and put it in there.
Yeah.
So Rube would eventually end up in the major leagues, but before that, he would go on to play with numerous minor league baseball teams like the Louisville Colonels, and during his time in Louisville. Rube would start to form his quirky antics on and off the field. So it was said that Rube would leave games halfway through to go fishing.
Fuck yeah.
That's why I knew you would like him.
Yeah, it's got rules.
And in other instances, this is the one where I was like, "Oh shit, we brought this up." In other instances, he would pause games to run after fire trucks as they passed by. Does that sound familiar?
Yeah, didn't the Joker talk about that?
No, he said, "I'm like a dog chasing a car. I don't know what I would do if I caught it."
Yeah,
Not
same thing.
I'm a severely autistic baseball player who chases. We're gonna find out he's autistic.
Okay.
So
That's a fact,
well,
not a dig.
No. Well, they think he is, but I mean, you'll find out like some of the stuff he does. They think that he maybe had ADHD and autism.
Posthumous diagnosis.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm
Very
assuming the
much
guy's
so.
dead.
Well, they're still collecting his pension. Oldest baseball player ever. So Opposing fans would also attempt to distract Waddle by bringing their shiny objects. I'm not fucking kidding, dude. They would bring shiny objects or their puppies to the game when he was slated to pitch, as Waddle was known to stop what he was doing and climb into the stands to pet the dogs or fall into a trance while looking at the shiny objects.
Honestly, man, if we had more of this in MLB today, I would be watching.
Oh my god, yeah, we need the fanfare back.
We need more characters.
Did you? Okay, is this a thing?
Let him juice again.
Okay, that's what. Okay, I was gonna say not juicing, but did you see that commercial, that Chad Ochocinco commercial, where it's like they want to sign a petition to let people celebrate again or something like that?
Are you not allowed to celebrate in baseball?
No,
Or
I'm just talking
football?
about football. But like you know how people get technicals and stuff like that, and like Chad
Technicals. Penalties. Unsportsmanlike penalties.
Yeah, I guess so.
We're talking about basketball. We talking about football.
Dude, that's a technical. Come on.
Okay, team up.
Severe.
Yeah.
Hit him with the T.
Yeah.
Anyway.
No, let him celebrate.
But yeah, there's like a song that like Toby Nguigwe or whatever, that guy, you might like him. Sam really likes that guy. But they made a song where it was like a big Vegas commercial where they're like, we're going to Allegiant Stadium. He's like, yo, we got to let them celebrate. And it's like Chad Ochocinco doing like a fucking dance. And it's like a big commercial. And they're like, sign the petition to allow them to celebrate. And I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, this is a push to allow more celebrations again?
See, I thought that they had pretty like laxed celebration rules these days.
They might.
It's just
I'm
I think
not
it's
sure.
mostly just taunting that you can't do.
Oh, okay. I mean, Chad Ochocinco, he found a way to do both, I feel like, most of the time. Same with like Terrell Owens.
Did you see the clip of Chad Ochocinco and who was it? Shannon Sharp talking about sex?
No.
It is one of the funniest things you'll ever see. I'll find it.
Was
and
it
send
on his
to you.
podcast?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I gotta check that out. Anyway, so Rube also had a problem with disappearing for months during the off season, and once he was eventually found at a circus wrestling alligators.
Hell yeah.
So a part of that disappearing was also due to the fact that Rube was an alcoholic.
Hell yeah.
which would result in him spending all of his first signing bonus on a drinking binge.
yeah.
He would also fight with managers constantly because of his drinking problems.
Is it crazy
And-
that I thought you were going to say he was fighting manatees?
Oh my god,
Just
that's
based
actually
on everything
Dude.
else?
dude. I have it in here. He tackles a walrus. So you're not that far off. I have like a list of crazy shit he did like towards the bottom,
my God.
and one of them is he tackles a walrus.
All right, let's keep this going. I want to hear this list.
Okay, so like I said, he binge drinking, fighting with his managers constantly, and even earning the nickname Southpaw as a play on Southpaw because he was a left-handed pitcher. So I always thought like when somebody goes like, "Oh, what do you call like when somebody's like drunk? Like they're what?
Inebriated.
They're sauced, right?"
Oh, yeah.
I thought it was sauced. It's soused.
Huh?
I looked it up. Souse means a drunkard or like sopping wet, something that's like drenched in liquid. So I think it's like, oh, that guy's soused.
Oh, because I always heard like, let's get saucy.
Me too. Well, it might have turned into that because
Yeah.
that souse is not a word that anybody uses anymore. So
No.
it probably jumped to
Evolution.
sauced. Yeah, and now sauced means
Where you at
drunk
now,
as well.
Christians?
What are you talking about? We went after the atheists, so now we have to go after the Christians.
Yeah, because we're talking about evolution.
Where you at,
know?
Christians? Oh yeah, good call, good call. And they got that wine at the church too. You souse heads,
Yeah.
you souse pows.
It's even worse that they're not even acknowledging that it's wine. They're calling it blood.
Oh, you fucking heathens,
Just saying.
worshiping the devil.
That sounds
You-
like witchcraft to me.
They sound like vampires who want to drink our Lord and Savior's blood, which is not okay with me.
And let's be honest, that blood, if that was Jesus' blood, that shit's got to be tainted by now.
Oh man,
How old is that?
Yeah, that can't be fresh.
Uh-uh.
Where did you get this? Is this Josh? This doesn't taste like Jesus. It tastes more like Josh.
I know for a fact it ain't Bogle. Shout out Bogle Wines.
Shout out Bogle.
Still waiting for them to write us a check.
Yeah, I need that sponsorship now. We
Maybe-
can get them.
We should
as
maybe
big
try
as
to.
Josh.
We should, now that we're getting close to 200 episodes, we should circle back and see if they'll sponsor us.
We should get some Bogle bottles.
Yeah, I mean the Bogle thing really it hit better when we were physically recording together.
And drinking from the lifeblood right in front of us,
straight from the bottle.
Yeah, man, I miss
The good
those
old days.
Yeah. Anyway, we got a drunkard to talk about. So he got the nickname Southpaw because he's a big old drunk. So his eccentric behavior continued into the MLB, where he would play for the Pirates, the Cubs, and before eventually landing on the Athletics. David, I'll give you a point if you could tell me where the Athletics were originally from, and I'll give you a hint. It is not Oakland.
I know. I want to say St. Louis for some reason, but I know that's not right.
No, not St.
Cleveland?
Louis. No, you're closer.
Kansas.
It was Philadelphia.
Ah.
Yeah. Anyway, so when playing for the Pirates, legendary manager Connie Mack. So dude, his real name is fucking great. Let me see. So Connie Mack is like apparently like one of like the OG baseball managers. Like just a very dude. This guy's
like,
wearing
invented it almost.
Dude, Google him and just type in Connie Mack, Connie Mack, and look at his hat game. His hat game is off the fucking charts. So good. But his real name is
oh yeah,
Cornelius McGillicuddy.
Yeah, he's got like he ain't out there in a ball cap. He's got the 180.
He's got
cap.
a bowler on, and he's got that fucking the one that who are the guys that sing in a quartet hat?
Yeah,
like a little straw quartet hat that's like a flat top. Oh my god, so good.
He got the Yankee all brim.
He got the Yankee all brim. So when playing for the Pirates, legendary manager Connie Mack asked Rube to pitch a doubleheader that day, and Rube agreed. But after the first game ended with a win for the Pirates after 17 innings, a regular baseball game goes 9 innings.
Yeah, that's a
so
long
he
game.
almost pitched 2 full games. Connie Mack made a deal with Rube to throw in the second game, and in return he would receive a 3-day fishing trip.
Fuck yeah.
He said, if you throw this next game, I'll give you 3 days off to go fishing, because he would just fucking disappear and go fishing for like 10 days, and they don't know where he went.
The original Dennis Rodman.
Oh yeah, he would disappear like in Vegas or not Vegas. He'd fly to Vegas and then just like not come back, right?
It'd be like Monday, and they've got like a finals game in the championship on like Wednesday, and he would skip practice to go party in Vegas.
That's so crazy. I mean, it makes sense. His girlfriend was Carmen Electra at the time. I think I would do the same thing.
He's got one of the craziest basketball stats of all time.
What's that?
It was like 0 points, 0 assists, and like 45 rebounds.
Oh my god! Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, guy's a freak.
But after Waddell threw a complete game shutout for the victory, he headed to Pewaukee Lake to go fishing. So not only did he pitch the second game, but he delivered shutout. They didn't score a run. So you see, all of this wild behavior would most likely not be tolerated for any normal baseball player, but Rube was far from a normal baseball player, being one of the top pitchers in his era. From 1900 to 1910, Rube led the league in strikeouts for 9 of those 10 seasons. Rube was so good that he was one of only 3 pitchers in MLB history to officially win the quadruple crown, which is like very rare, it's wins, ERA, strikeouts, and saves. Usually they just do the triple crown. He's won the triple crown many times, but only 3 players have won the saves as well. So wins, ERA, strikeout, saves. Basically, what Babe Ruth was to home runs, Rube Waddell was to strikeouts. Even Cy Young, for those of you who don't know, Cy Young's
award.
There's like a legendary pitcher named Cy Young, and the best pitcher, like the MVP pitcher of the MLB every year, gets the Cy Young award. So Cy Young ended up.
What is Cy short for?
Cyrus, probably.
That's good.
If I had to guess. But Cy Young or Silas, what is it?
Well, his first name is Denton. His name was Denton True Young.
Oh, so Cy was just a nickname.
I guess so.
I wonder how he got that. If you find out, let me know. But Cy Young even called the man a damn fine pitcher, but a damn fine pitcher who needs to shut the hell up. So like Rube was like such a fucking pain in the ass that like everyone's like he's really good and also like the worst teammate ever. He was just like a nuisance. What are you looking at? Looking at Cy Young now?
So it's the nickname Cy came from the fences that he destroyed using his fastball as practicing. And
Cyclone fence?
Because the fences looked like a cyclone had hit them.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I had recently
That's
looked
a cool
up.
nickname.
I had recently looked up another famous sport nickname, which is pretty funny. So I feel like I should share it.
What is it?
You know who Dabo Sweeney is? Dabo Sweeney is the head coach for the Clemson Tigers.
Okay.
Football, and his nickname Dabo comes from his older brother who couldn't pronounce that boy, and so when he would point at Dabo when he was a baby, he would say Dabo
Instead of that boy.
instead of that boy.
Why'd he call him that boy?
They're very southern.
Wait, what's his real name?
It's like John. I don't.
He's like that boy over there. Like, oh, okay. I love a little southern child. That is actually...
William Christopher Sweeney.
Oh, okay. Dabo. I love
Dabo.
it. Most nicknames are like that, though. You know,
Yeah.
It's like a mispronunciation of a child, and someone's like, "This is gonna be your whole life." Sorry.
Yeah.
This child just made your whole life a little more difficult, maybe, or better.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Rube was such a good pitcher that he would sometimes call the outfield off the field, claiming that he would strike out the side without their help, and most of the time he did it when he would pull that stunt.
A little showboating.
Yeah, it's very much like Babe Ruth pointing to the fences before hitting a homer.
Yeah.
So there was even an instance when playing in the minor leagues. Oh, this is a crazy story. So there's an instance when he was playing in the minor leagues. This is how good he was. That he was kidnapped at gunpoint by the rival team so that he would not pitch against them for the next game. And to make matters even worse, Rube eventually even pitched for the team that kidnapped him for like a game, getting $1 for his efforts. Which that's how much you got paid like a game back then. You got like $1.
Yeah.
Here's $1.
Yeah.
But this is minor league shit too, so it's like not MLB money, but
No.
But I just think that's so crazy that like they're like, oh, we can't hit Rube's ball. Go kidnap him at gunpoint.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what does the average MLB player now make for one game?
Oh my God, it depends what team they're on, but
Yeah.
I don't even want to know. I'm gonna be sick.
Yeah.
Are you looking it up?
Yeah. Because I mean, there's while the average MLB player salary was $4.17 million in 2021, the median
What?
player only made $1.15 million. So that means that they made
A
about
game?
no. So then that means that the median MLB player makes around $6,800 per game.
Oh my God, I'd love to make that a game. There's so many baseball games.
To really not do much.
Oh, especially if you're like a backup pitcher, you're just sitting back there hanging out, shooting the shit.
You go out there, you swing at a fast ball like 6 times for the game, and then you make $7,000. Yeah.
Most of these guys who are like the backups, they don't even pitch. You know what I mean? They're just like hanging out there. So like you get paid $6. I mean, they want to be playing, of course, but like
But they're
to
not
sit there
prepared to.
No.
Imagine how off guard you would get caught. Just like, oh fuck, I have to go out there right now.
Shit.
I don't have cleats.
Go out there in your flip flops. So Rube's erratic behavior continued even into an illustrious career, as he was suspended for months during a season for pitching for a semi-pro team while being signed to an MLB team. So he would do that shit where he would go and like break rules and like you're not allowed to do that. And he's like, why not? And also he was under indictment for assault with a deadly weapon during the 1905 offseason, but the case was eventually dismissed. So he was kind of like not a violent guy. Actually, we're going to get into more violence. So yeah, he wasn't a violent guy, but like I said,
But he kind of was.
He was he drank a lot, and he might have had I don't want to call autism a mental disorder, but you know what I mean, a mental, I don't know what the proper terminology is, but an ailment, something going on in there. So it's not the best combo. No. And also just being a brick shit house. Like he's like Babe Ruth.
Was he big?
I don't think he was big, but he was really stocky. He would there's a famous story, I didn't put it in here, but there's a famous story where he fought a wrestler. Like he went and there's a famous wrestler, and he went and fought him, and he put up a good fight, but the guy eventually ended up picking him up and slamming him down on the ground in a bar, and he couldn't play baseball for 3 days. It fucked up his back. And so he was a stocky guy. I mean, we're gonna get into some other scuffles he got into, but so many of Waddell's situations off the field also led to his reputation of uncontrolled behavior. After the 1903 season, Waddell was offered a role in the traveling show called The Stain of Guilt, and he was being an actor. And on the night of Tuesday, October 26th, Waddell missed that night's performance in Chicago to go see a rivaling show that featured lions. And at some point during the show, Waddell became mad at one of the lions and punched it. And in retaliation, the lion bit Waddell on his left hand, which was his pitching hand. But the bite was not significant enough, and Waddell's hand fully healed, so that's good. But I got a list right here. I just want to rattle some of these off because there were so many I couldn't fit them all in here. But some other crazy antics of Rube Waddell was Rube also Rube also was known for his wives, yes, plural wives, as he was even sued for bigamy by his third wife. And bigamy is when you're married to someone else, but you try to marry another person. He was dropped of that charge because I guess he was able to prove that he fully divorced his other wife before he got married to a new one. But people would even Ken Burns, who did the baseball documentary. Yeah, he lost track of how many wives Rube had. I guess. Hell yeah. He's like, I can't keep track of how many people this guy's been with.
A real JFK.
Yeah, exactly. So another one. He got into a fight on a train after somebody made fun of his teammate's straw hat, and that became a big thing. He owned 2 bears, one named Ty Cobb, and the other one was Connie Mack after his manager. He tackled a walrus, like I said. He adopted a flock of geese and taught them how to jump rope. Wait. The guy, I was watching this video, and this guy's like, he's like, that one actually checks out. That, they have record of that.
They're not making that shit up. Holy fuck.
And one of the geese couldn't jump rope, so he taught that one how to hold he taught that one how to hold the other end of the jump rope.
Oh my God.
So good.
I guess geese were teachable.
Me neither, but he loved animals. He was obsessed with animals apparently. Yeah. So let's say he would cartwheel or somersault to the dugout after an inning. He would frequently go missing during practice and would be found playing marbles with the local kids.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty cool for the kids. I bet.
Oh yeah, awesome. Yeah. He's just he's.
You imagine Derrick Rose coming outside and playing marbles with you?
Oh, that's so sick. Well, maybe not marbles, but yeah, Derrick's let's play marbles. You're marbles? I don't know. I have no clue. We don't even have dirt or sand around anymore to play marbles.
It's true.
So
what happened to all the dirt, huh?
Back in my day, we had dirt.
Who took all of our dirt away?
No, I won't bring the dirt back. Okay. And like I said, he was a problematic player. So a lot of teams tried to get rid of him for like very cheap or nothing, and some saw like Connie Mack could like he did a lot of shit where Rube didn't want to work out, Rube didn't want to go to practice, so he had to find out like little tricks in order to get him to show up to practice. So he made Rube manager of the balls, which meant that if anybody wanted a ball, they had to go check it out from Rube in order to keep him engaged. But the thing that Rube didn't like is that meant Rube also had to go like chase the balls that like the foul balls and the spare ball. Yeah, it was not the home runs, but like the ones that were like out in the outfield. He had to go track them down, and he didn't like that. But Connie Mack's like, this is the only way I could get this guy to like exercise. He like won't exercise. So, but like some other managers that had him were like, get this guy the fuck away from my team. I do not want to deal with him, even though he's good, because he was sold to a team called the Chicago Orphans, which is the coolest fucking name ever.
Okay.
And guess for how much?
A bag of chips.
One cigar.
You know what? I wasn't that far off.
No, you weren't.
On the grand scheme of things, on how you would project
I know.
Like a currency, I was not
barter
that far
system.
Off. Yeah.
Barter system. So it's like Red Dead Redemption up in this bitch.
Yeah.
So one time he dropped his gun in a hotel lobby while he was reaching for his hanky, his handkerchief, and it hit the floor, and he shot a hole in the wall. He lost his watch one time at a bar. Like the fans gave him like a gold watch, and he lost it. So he went to his manager, Connie Mack, and was like, "I lost my watch. Can you please help me get it back?" So Connie Mack put out a thing that said, "Whoever brings the watch back will get $20." And the bartender's like, "You fucking left it at the bar." So he went back to the bar and he gave him the $20, and the bartender gave him his watch. And then like that was like, I don't know if it was a ruse that they had where he would just leave his fucking jewelry there, and the bartender
a reason
would,
to
like,
go back to the bar.
I think the bartender was like, "Here, have more drinks." Like I think he was hoping that like he would do the same thing again and like just leave his watch there. He broke his arm one time when trying to show kids how to throw a curveball. But the problem was he wasn't throwing a ball, he was throwing a brick.
Yeah, they'll do it.
Yep. He jumped off a moving ferry to save a woman who was drowning, but it turned out to be a log. This guy's insane, man. He put out a mattress fire in the middle of a baseball field because they were using the mattress as a backstop, and it caught fire due to a cigarette butt. So he was obsessed with like saving people and putting out fires.
That's
and
good.
Like, yeah, he'd fire. He like multiple times they'd like be like, "Where the fuck is Rube?" And they'd find him on the fire truck, like pulling up to
Like the
a
Dalmatian.
fire. Exactly.
Yeah.
So okay. When his father, this is more violence he got into. So when his father-in-law asked him so he was staying with his wife, or his then wife and father, or what's the word I'm looking for? Not parent-in-laws. In-laws, just in-laws. I'm so stupid. Fuck. So he's staying with his in-laws, and he was like, he was in a drunken state, and he's like, "Fuck this. I want to leave. I don't want to stay here anymore." And his father-in-law was like, "Okay, you want to leave? Then pay for the rent that like you've been staying at our place this whole time. If you want to like cause a scene and like be ungrateful, then pay us for like your rent." And a drunken Rube beat the shit out of him with a flat iron, he like knocked him in the head, and he knocked out several teeth. And when his mother-in-law tried to intervene, he beat her over the head with a chair.
Jesus Christ.
And then the family dog was the only one to land a blow, sinking its teeth into his pitching arm. And when he'd realized what he had done, he fled on a train back to Philly before the cops could show up.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So in the 1905 season, he was sharing – this is so funny. He was sharing a room with teammate O.C. Schreckengost. He
That's
just
a
kind of
sick
went
name.
Yeah, he was his catcher, and he went by Shrek. So there was a Shrek before Shrek.
Yeah.
And was customary during the era. Shrek later oh yeah, like I said, they're sharing a room, which was customary. I think they would share a bed. Like they'd get like a king size bed, and both players would sleep in the same bed. So Shrek later refused to share a room with him until a contract clause was created, which would bar Waddell from eating animal crackers in bed. because he would create so many crumbs. And he said, I'm tired. He's like, I'm tired of waking up with tusks in my ribs from like you eating animal crackers and like the fucking little pieces like ending up in like jabbing me in the side. And Waddell even gained more fame from saving the lives of people inside a department store when he picked up a burning oil stove that had overturned and he carried it out of the building before it could start a fire. So like he kind of had this savior complex thing going on and putting out fires. Another funny story is when he first got signed to the Colonels, he arrived at the team's hotel at 2 a.m. and instead of waiting till morning to introduce himself to the team, he knocked on everyone's door to say hello at 2 a.m. And after all of them answered angrily, he went to the manager and requested the manager of the baseball team, who was like also pissed that he knocked on his door. And he said, I think you should check on our teammate Hoy, because he didn't answer. He was concerned that he was either sick or injured. And later he found out that Hoy was actually deaf and mute.
Okay. Wow.
And this is not okay, but he went by the nickname Dummy Hoy by his teammates.
Different time.
A different time.
I mean, you didn't hear the nickname, I guess.
Fair. That's fair. So Waddell would only pitch in the majors until 1910 when his behavior and substance abuse drove him out of the league. Many believe that Rube was undiagnosed with either autism or ADHD or both, but is still technically unknown today. And like I said, he retired by 1910, so he had a good 10-year stretch. And in both 1912 and 1913 in Hickman, Kentucky, they were suffering from floods, like devastating floods that were like fucking up the town. And I guess he lived in the town or near the town. And in both occasions, Waddell was one of the heroes rescuing many of the townspeople. Like I said, he had like a savior complex or like a hero thing going on.
Yeah.
And he would save people from the flood. But these heroic deeds led to 2 bouts of pneumonia and an eventual diagnosis of tuberculosis. And these health problems would eventually lead to Waddell's death on April 1st, 1914, April Fool's Day, at the age of 37.
It's a good way to go out. Born Friday the 13th.
Died on April Fool's.
Eggs on April Fool's.
Yeah.
I feel like that's very fitting for the guy.
Yeah, he was a character. I mean, maybe problematic at points, but good player. And I'll tell you, if you hang out with Rube, you got some stories. Everybody has that one friend where you're like, I'm scared to go out with you, but I know I'm going to get a good story out of it.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the story of Rube Waddell. I kind of love him. He's kind of my new favorite player. So.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, I guess I'll move along into my story. All right, Tobin. When you think of the strange, unexplained, and dangerous area with the word triangle in the name, what do you think of?
I, of course, think of Bermuda Triangle.
Well, we already did that.
We did.
Did we?
Yeah, I think
I thought I did.
Yeah, I
was
was
a
thinking
while
of, like,
ago.
isn't there like a triangle in like some like forest in like the eastern United States?
Well, this is the story of the Alaskan Triangle.
Ooh, I don't know about this triangle.
Yeah.
But I am watching True Detective Night Country right now.
Are you enjoying it?
4 episodes in, I think it's good. There's some very cheesy, corny parts.
Yeah.
I think I've already figured out what is happening.
Really?
I think I'm fairly sure. I don't want to go into it on the podcast and ruin it for anyone who's watching. I'll let you guys.
Well,
I
don't want you to tell me because I have no fucking idea what's going on.
Okay, but Megan went and watched for season 1 of True Detective because everyone's like, that's the masterclass, and she was like, I didn't like it that much actually.
Huh? Yeah.
She said she didn't like it that much. I was like, really?
Well,
but I got to go watch it for myself. I don't know.
Have you not seen it?
No, I have, but
Okay.
she was just saying, she's like, McConaughey is just like, his character only speaks in like nonsensical monologues, and I'm like, I do remember that, but that's also like some of the charm of it. It's like it's charming, but it's also wildly confusing.
Well, you know about the connection between McConaughey's character and the new season, right?
Well, the spiral is definitely a connection, but that's all I know so far.
His dad's in it.
Who's his fucking dad?
the guy who the old lady saw, the guy that pulled the old lady into like the tundra and was like,
Travis?
yeah.
Wait, I thought that was like the cop dressed up in fucking long hair.
No, that's McConaughey's character's dad.
Really?
Yeah. Because he talks about his dad's the same name, and he said he spent time in Alaska. That's his dad.
No fucking way. Okay, I gotta look into this now.
Okay.
I mean, this has nothing to do with my theory of what's actually happening.
Yeah.
But I think the supernatural parts do have a real world connection to them, but I don't want to go into it.
Yeah. I was just going to say, it's pretty wacky how season 1 through 3 are just like normal detective cases, like nothing very paranormal about them.
Mm-hmm.
And then season 4 is just like, oh, we got ghosts now.
Dude, okay. This is my big problem. Thank you for bringing that up, because I like the new season. I like the setting. The characters are pretty good. I like the practical effects. She's great in it. The practical effects, the bodies are like Guillermo del Toro helped build those, by the way.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's cool. Anyway, but the thing that I was like kind of bummed about is that I feel like the whole appeal of True Detective, because I remember being like, what does True Detective mean? And somebody was like, it's literally when just like detectives try to solve like a crime in its truest sense. It's just like hard-boiled detective. You're watching two detectives figure out a crime. And now there's like supernatural shit at play. And I go, I don't feel like I'm part of this investigation anymore as like a viewer, because now you guys are holding aces in your pockets.
There's no rules.
100%. There's no rules anymore. There's no string to follow. All of a sudden you could be like, Ghost did it. And I'd be like, well, that wasn't in my dossier. I didn't have a fucking ghost as a suspect.
Yeah.
You know,
it wasn't
so
on my
it's like-
bingo card.
Exactly. So that's it. But it's cool. I just kind of wish it wasn't called True Detective, because I think the show's good, but it's
That's the
not
biggest
True
criticism.
Detective.
That's the biggest criticism I'm seeing. Like, people are like, I like it, but I just don't think it should be attached to the True Detective.
It's too
franchise.
different. It's too different. It needs to be a cut and dry case that we have to slowly figure out. My opinion, but
I'm still enjoying it, but yeah.
yeah, it's still fun. I like the setting. I think they're smart to make it. The setting is a character in the show. This is becoming a TV podcast about this show.
Yeah.
Is that our next adventure? Do we do a
Just True Detective podcast.
well, not detective, good shows that we like. Anyway.
Okay. Well, who knows? Maybe this story will help you flesh out some ideas.
Never know.
So, so this story is about the Alaskan Triangle. Now, if you haven't heard of the Alaskan Triangle, let me introduce you to the 20,000 people that have gone missing in the last 50 years.
Oh, no. That's a lot of people.
Yeah. So this region of the northwest area of Alaska is known to be dangerous for its humongous and treacherous landscape. It's very big. Obviously you're dealing with Alaska, so you've got dangerous lands. A lot of like, what are those called? Like
tundras.
Well, like there's also like the crevasses.
Crevasses. I knew you were
into.
gonna say that.
Yeah. And then there's
the
animals.
I was gonna say, it's like large, cold, wild animals, dark.
It's natural pitfalls.
Yeah, it's like probably one of the most inhospitable parts of the world. It's up there with like Siberia.
And that's why there's no one really there. You've got your big cities and stuff, but there's so much open land. There's no one around. So if you do get lost, you're not gonna find anybody. You're not gonna find a town.
No.
Yeah. And you also have to give credit to the land and the animals in the area for the 20,000 missing people. But Alaska is also a special place, which is home to many stories of folklore and urban legends. So here are 8 of the Alaskan legends who could be to blame for many of the disappearances over the last 5 decades. Number 1,
I don't think
the Alaskan Hairy Man.
I don't think I know many Alaskan legends.
Yeah, you know about the Alaskan Hairy Man?
Well, I was about to. What I said, I think we stepped over each other, but I said I don't think I know anything about Alaskan legends besides like Wendigos, which I don't even know if that's like strictly Alaskan, but other than that, I don't think I know any. But no, I do not know the Alaskan hairy man.
Yeah, the Alaskan hairy man. Well, as you would probably be safe to assume with the history of this podcast, we got ourselves yet another Bigfoot.
David did it.
Being that stories of big feet are a global phenomenon, they're kind of everywhere. But it is believed that the Alaskan hairy man might be the most badass of them all.
Wait, more than the top hat wearing one?
I mean, he was styling, boy. He was swaggy, you know.
What's his name? The Magugu?
What was the top?
I think
hat
it started with
wearing?
like M. It was like Macau or I don't know. We'll think of it.
Yeah, I don't remember. So, standing over 10 feet tall, this type of foot has thick, shaggy hair, most likely for enduring the harsh conditions of the cold Alaskan lands.
Of course.
The Alaskan hairy man is also described as having elongated arms, and he smells like shit. Pretty much the normal Bigfoot stuff.
Yeah.
But I think part of the thing that makes him seem like a badass is just his like region, like where he lives.
Yeah, he's that's
you think of a lot of wooded areas for Bigfoots, but like this, I don't think there's a lot of woods in Alaska.
He's like the dude from Chicago who's like,
Chief.
He's Chief Keef.
Chief Keef.
What'd you say?
Chief Keef.
It's Chief Keef.
Chief Keef.
But like, you know, like people from Chicago are like, oh, fucking, we're a little bit harder than everybody else because like, you know,
you just give a British accent.
They're, you know, people from Chicago are like, oh, governor, could all get a little bit over the hot dog. Banger.
A good old Chicago pint. But yeah, so pretty much the normal Bigfoot stuff, but his reputation comes from the legends. The Inuit people call the hairy man the Tornits. Yeah, Tornits.
The Tornits.
Yeah, that's what they call the hairy man. Which I believe the hairy man is more like the hairy men. Like, I don't think it's just one singular.
Oh, they roll in a gang.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so the Inuits and the Tornits used to have a good, respectful relationship, but that all ended one day when a young Inuit killed a Tornit who had damaged his boat. And ever since that day, there have been hundreds and hundreds of stories about Inuit people and hunters that go missing who will either never be found at all or found completely mangled and mutilated.
Oh, he ties you up like a fucking balloon animal, huh?
Yeah, their peace treaty was broken off. So
Just Game of Thrones shit.
yeah. So number 2 is the Kushtaka. So the Kushtaka are shape-shifting monsters said to look like hybrids between an otter and a man. And yeah, that's what they look like when they're not shape-shifting at the time. Like their natural state.
I don't know if that's cute or
man.
terrifying.
It's probably terrifying.
It probably looks like one of those motherfuckers on the side of the Otter Pop. You know what I'm talking about? Where like one of them's like an artist.
It's like a
One of them's like,
scientist.
yeah, one of them's like a.
Galileo.
Okay, wait. Blue is like definitely like mime adjacent. He's wearing like some fucking striped shirt and like maybe a beret and like a scarf. Yeah. And then like green might be like scientist, and then I'm actually Otter Pop characters.
See, in my mind, in my family growing up was you get the Costco box of Otter Pops, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had a shelf that they would just get dumped onto immediately. So I never really saw the box. I would just see the tubes, so I wasn't really sure which one was which color. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Because it was all transparent. They just had outlines.
Oh,
So now I'm
okay.
kind of curious. I want to look it up too.
Sir Isaac Lime. So you're right. He is the scientist.
Yeah.
And then Louis Blue Raspberry. So we're right. He is the artist. Beret, scarf. Then there's Strawberry Shortcook, who's kooky. She's kooky. She's walking on stilts.
I was wondering if this was like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle kind of thing when they're like named after famous.
Oh, that's what. Yeah, you know what? It kind of
Isaac. So what I'm looking at right here, Sir Isaac Lime is definitely supposed to be Isaac Newton because he's got a lion bouncing off his head like a fucking idiot.
And then Little Orphan Orange is kind of a play off Little Orphan Annie, who had orange hair.
Yes.
Strawberry Shortcook is not based off of anybody, but it's obviously Strawberry Shortcake.
Yeah.
But not the character, like the children's character. I think it's just like it's Strawberry and she's kooky.
Yeah, okay. She's got stilts.
Louis Blue, I think he's an artist who's like melancholy. I think he has melancholy.
It's a Louis Blue. Raspberry.
I don't think, I think that's more about his depression that all artists have.
Okay.
And then we have Poncho Punch.
Poncho Punch.
Which I don't know if we're gonna really talk about him.
Poncho Punch isn't on my list.
I got 6 zippy flavors. I have the OGs, I think. Because then the last one I got, you were right again, Alexander the Grape. I have Alexander the Grape.
Yeah.
Poncho Punch is kind of a caricature of a Hispanic gentleman, I believe, but...
Oh, I think I got a bad list because we've got Carl Gustav Fudge. And
wait,
I don't think there's a fudge flavor to Otter Palm.
Okay, no, I see this one too. I scrapped this list. This must be like New Age bullshit because I see Horatio Pineapple too. Who's wearing the Captain Crunch hat.
I was looking at that, and it says on it that it was like an art project. It was not. It was a redesign. It was like a school project redesign.
Oh, and this bitch put Georgia O'Peach on here, which is a playoff of Georgia O'Keeffe, the artist who drew all the vaginas. You know that?
Yeah. The fruits.
Peach be kind of looking like that, I guess.
Okay. The official Otter Pops website's kind of lame that they just list them. They don't actually have like character profiles with pictures.
Oh my God, this person did a Cherry Guveri, which is a Che Guevara play. Willie Wondermelon, Carl Gustav Fudge. I don't think I know who Carl Gustav Fudge is. Anyway.
He's got a little like the Moroccan hat.
Yeah, who is he supposed to be?
Willie Wondermelon.
Carl Gustav.
Tangerine Otter. That's just giving up.
Is it Carl Jung? Carl Gustav Jung, the psychiatrist?
Maybe.
Is that who they're playing off of?
Probably.
Oh, wait. Where's he from? Is he...
Oh, what the fuck?
Does he wear... He's Swiss. They don't wear Moroccan hats.
Yeah, he studied abroad. He really brought that characteristic back.
So which one of these otter men was walking the tundra?
Oh, wait. You know what? I might have gotten a better... What the hell is this?
What the fuck is this?
What the hell? No, we're not looking at this. I'm getting into Rule 34 territory. I'm closing this.
Oh, no way. We're getting sexy with it?
All right, so where was I? So, so these guys are very similar to the good old-fashioned skinwalkers that we've all known to love. They are believed to mimic the screams of distressed women or children to lure fishermen and hunters to their deaths out in the wild.
Joke's on you. I'm not heroic.
Yeah.
Is that a woman or a child screaming? Wow, that sucks.
That sucks.
I wish them the best. That's what I say. I usually, when people are going out there, I go, can you please send them my thoughts and prayers? I feel like that might help them. What, they're in a chasm? They need a rope? All I got are thoughts and prayers. Sorry.
Let me lower down this prayer to you, good friend.
My friend, grab that prayer.
But I can't just sit here and dunk on the Kashtaka or Kushtaka, because in some stories these creatures are actually not interested in harming people, but yet they are saviors to sailors, fishermen, and hunters who are lost in the wilderness, helping them find help.
Okay, so this is like the Gizmo of the Gremlins.
Sure,
He's a good one. They got some good ones out there too.
I think they're pretty similar to humans. You know, some humans are out to help, some are out to hurt.
You might meet a David or you might meet an Alex, and guess what? We're not going to tell you which one's good and which one's bad.
That's true.
You're gonna have to do the thing where you point the gun at both of us, and you don't know which one to shoot, and then you shoot one, and then my eyes turn right. Oh wait, did I give that away?
Wait.
Ooh, strawberry short cookie.
So number 3 on our list is the Kilut. So according to the Inuit legend, the Kilut is a evil spirit on Earth, described to be a hairless black dog that preys on people who are traveling at night. The Kilut only
not a good call for the frozen tundra. No hair. Come on.
Yeah, it's an evil spirit. Well, so I know I said that it was hairless, but technically the Kilut only has hair on its feet, and
that helps.
Yeah. And the Kilut's tracks
got his slippies.
The Kilut's tracks are said to disappear in the snow due to the hair. It kind of brushes it over and hides it, meaning that those unlucky travelers who happen to be stalked and preyed upon have no warning, with any and all evidence vanishing behind the monster.
Yeah,
so quick attack.
Yeah. There's been a couple of dog attacks on this podcast so far. The trick is you got to beat the shit out of the parents first with a chair and a flat iron, and then then go after the dog. But dogs for some reason, if you're like, hey, do you want to go after face this guy with a sword or just a dog? I'm like, I think I have a better chance with the sword guy. Yeah, dogs are, dude.
Don't even get me started on the goddamn invisible dogs.
Ra's al Ghul teaching these dogs to fight better than me. League of Assassin Invisible Dogs.
Goddamn invisible dog.
Motherfuckers.
Oh no, they'd be snipping at my heels again.
I saw the snow bouncing off this invisible being, and it was forming in the shape of a hairless dog. And I said, "We meet again. I'll see you in hell." And then I took it and I jumped down the chasm with it. And it said, "Give me all your thoughts and prayers." And I said, "You get nothing but my cursing and my anguish."
Yeah,
I'm done.
Okay. I was just gonna say my grandpapa always said, traveling now was a bucket of paint, and once you feel that nipping at your heel, you spin around and spray that paint everywhere, so you land on one of them invisible dogs, and then you'll see that dog. You'll see that goddamn dog. And then it's an open range for you to start wailing on that goddamn invisible dog. 'Cause, I mean, when you can't see them, they got the upper hand. But once you see them invisible dogs, they got no chance. They're mostly just a bunch of chihuahuas.
Now, what color paint do you be using on the dogs?
Yeah, I start at it all depends. It's nighttime, but if I'm out in the snow, I'm not going to be using the white. Not going to be using the black. Maybe a nice yellow.
I'd use a Sir Isaac Lime Green.
Sir Isaac Lime Green, that would work quite nice.
Motherfuckers.
That would light that pup up real nice like. You could just start wailing on that dog.
Now, I know what y'all thinking. We're from Alaska, even though we sound like from New Orleans, but we...
What, an Orleans man? He can't go kick snow?
They say Alaska, the New Orleans of the North, as they like to say over in them parts.
You're out here looking for them big catfish out here in Alaska.
They love the soup up there like we love the soup down here. The Cajun and the gumbo.
The spicier the better for the cold weather.
The better. Up here it's better.
The soup don't run so good because there ain't no vegetables in the area.
The soup popsicle when it freeze over. You eat the bicycle.
I walked on down to town. I couldn't find one goddamn carrot. I said, I need a carrot for this stew. And they said, good luck, stranger. I couldn't stop laughing.
They said they're sorry all the snowmen done took the carrots, the snow, the smell, all the soup. The smell
Don't
of the
even
soup.
get me started on onion.
Oh, yeah.
You ain't gonna find no onion.
Can you get
No one
onion?
potato.
Can you-
Tomato. Tomato.
Can I get-
Tomato.
Can I get a tater? A tater? A broccoli rob.
Hey, you might find some broccoli. Snow don't go so good as broccoli.
Broccoli rob. Broccoli rob.
Hey, let's move on.
Broccoli rob.
The broccoli.
Bouillon cube. Okay, I'm done.
All right. So number 4, the
Bouillon cube.
Quayu Palak.
The fuck did you say to me?
The Qualu Palak. Well, shit. You know, I knew Alaska had like man-eating polar bears, one of the only animals in the world that will just go fucking kill humans for fun.
Polar bears?
Yeah. Where
I thought they drink Coca-Cola.
No, I'm pretty sure they are the only species in the world that actively hunt humans.
Oh,
Like,
they don't
we
know
are-
about me.
Yeah, we're in their
Food chain.
their food chain. We're in their diet.
Is
they're
that
not-
because there's like nothing else out there? So there's like if they see a human, they're like, that is definitely on the menu.
I think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, you know, I knew they had those, but I guess I didn't know all of the other deadly shit that was around, because the Qualu Palak are child-snatching aquatic beasts who are described as being humanoid-like with green, scaly skin, long, dark, and damp hair, and some wicked long fingernails.
Hey, you know what good in this stew? A
Oh, let me get-
child.
I need to get me some of them fingernails.
I need a tender meat. You got a child snatching?
We got I don't got no utensils. I need one of them wicked long fingernails.
I gotta cut up this vegetable with my fingernail. Who wants
Fingernail.
kebabs? Who want a kebab? I just love it.
Don't worry about that fingernail. I'll go back by morning.
Eat it off my hand. I just love it. They're like, the monster is a child snatching. You're like, okay.
I'm good.
You're like,
I ain't gotta
what?
worry about that right now.
Oh, that's true. You know, I'm like, good.
Might be a
I'm
child
off
at
the list.
mind, but
Yeah, yeah.
I'm a big boy.
Your pants will drop and they go, that's a child.
No, that was me in the Drake video.
I'm out on the tundra. It's not my fault. I'm usually more Drake than this. God damn it.
So this tundra got me looking like Brett Favre.
It's the Levi's. It's the Levi's.
They're
Or is
too
he
tight.
Wranglers?
I said they were
Is-
too tight.
Is he Wranglers or Levi's? What is he?
I think he's Wrangler.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah.
It's Wranglers.
Yeah.
Wranglers, makes your dick small.
So, according to the Inuit legend, they live at sea, and they wear amautiks,
Of
which
course.
are a traditional outfit worn by the Inuit women who it's kind of like
Wait. They're styling and profiling?
it's a traditional garb that is used to carry babies.
Oh my
It's kinda
God,
like a
they're
baby
wearing the...
bajourn.
Dude, I've seen those. It's like, it looks like a little cocoon, right?
Yeah.
They be wearing those?
Yeah, so they wear those.
Grow the hell up.
Grow up. It's not dirt. No, I didn't drop it in dirt. Grow up.
Oh. Damn it, that is such a deep reference. Are you talking about the guy smoking brisket? And some guy's like,
He's just
he's
covered
like, hey,
in pepper.
did you drop that in? He's like, yeah, he's like, hey, did you drop that in dirt? He's like, no, I didn't. It's like the guy stitching the video. And he's
reading
like,
a
no,
comment.
I did not drop it in dirt. Grow up. And he's like, oh. So good. Hey, dude, I miss dirt. They don't make dirt anymore.
I know. Where is my dirt?
Back
I'm
in the
getting
day, we were
upset. I'm
playing
gonna call the city
marbles in
tomorrow,
dirt.
asking where my dirt is.
Marbles.
I had
and-
dirt
where are my
everywhere.
marbles?
I don't got
What?
no dirt no more. The fuck
what
is
a-
happening to this goddamn country?
They put grass over my dirt. Give me back a dirt patch where I could draw a big old fucking marble circle with my finger.
It's crazy. They
It's
took the one
disturbing.
thing away from us.
The liberals did it.
They suppress our medicine. They feed us poison.
They feed us marbles.
There's nothing harmful about marbles. They pass cleanly.
I'm like, cat's eye. I
So-
shoot him out like a fucking airsoft gun.
So yeah, this monster basically tries to dress up like one of the Inuit people and to trick people. So
Hi, baby.
the Kwalu Palak are said to hum a song to entrance children to come closer to the water's edge so they can quickly snatch the child, pulling them deep into the water, muffling their screams to never be seen or heard again.
They just like drop a baby shark. They doing the fucking Bluey theme song.
I don't know the Bluey theme song.
Me neither. I heard it a couple times over Christmas, and people are like, and they're like, "Hey!" It's like people cheering, and they're like, "Doo doo 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 doo." That's the hot dog song, but
I was gonna say
hot dog.
the hot dog song. I
I
know my niece likes Bluey, but I've never seen Bluey.
Oh,
Obviously she was a big Peppa Pig fan, which I did watch some Peppa Pig with her, and that was awesome. I was all in on Peppa Pig. That was good television.
really?
Yeah, but I don't know about Bluey.
I can't wait to be completely saturated in children's entertainment.
That's not gonna happen. Don't worry.
One of these days, I'm gonna make my child watch True Detective season 1.
Start Game of Thrones week 1 of birth.
I'm like, don't worry, they're all gonna die.
So number 5, the Ursaren rat. The Ursaren rat.
Oh, we got a rat on the list.
Well, it's RRAA So
What? Double R double A single T rat.
So it's spelled IRCRENRRAAT.
I don't even know if I even like
Ursaring rat.
Okay, one word.
It is one word.
Ursan rat.
Ursaring rat. So within the deep and dark Alaska tundra lurks the Ursaring rat, who, according to the Yup'ik tradition, are small human-like creatures who can be real little stinkers, who love causing mischief, and they love to be a little naughty boy and girl. These
Don't ever say that like that. They
These
like
little-
it to be. They like it to be little nutty boy and girl. You're
Well,
like, what
I
the
believe
fuck?
their appearance, they look like little kids, but I do not think in
Oh.
spirit they are. So these little bastards like to confuse and disorient travelers before trapping them in their caves or underground lairs.
They got layers.
They got lairs.
All guys have layers.
They got jetpacks. Or no, they can fly now. So the shitty ass new Star Wars.
Oh, okay.
They can fly now. They can fly now.
Ursaring rats.
So yeah. So believe it or not, these little dudes don't have a Wikipedia page or much information about them at all. It's more of a hearsay from Tribe Talk, and that might be.
I'm on Tribe Talk.
Yeah, Tribe Talk. They banned me pretty quick. I asked one question, and they're like, "Yeah, this guy's not.
This guy's an Ursaring rat. Fuck him.
Yeah. So there's not a whole lot of information about them. Maybe that's because people who come in contact tell no tales. But yeah, I don't know if getting trapped in their cave or lairs means like you starve to death or they come in and bludgeon you with sticks. There's really no I don't know like what happens after the cave.
Once you're in the lair, they leave. They kill you, leave
beat
you
with
down there for
rocks.
6 years, and collect your pension.
Yes. They
And
love
they go-
they love a good pension.
And they go, he fell in the chasm. He just died.
So this is where this story kind of takes a little bit of a turn for the rest of the list. So number 6 is the secret government mind control facility.
I love that animal.
Yeah, that's a great creature. So HAARP, HAARP, an acronym for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program, is a pretty controversial U.S. research facility based in Alaska, which...
Is this real?
Yes. Which we could probably just do a separate episode on. So for that reason, I think I'm going to keep this one quick with not too much information.
Okay.
But this HAARP facility investigates the potential for developing ionospheric enhancement technology for radio communications and surveillance.
That's what I was going to guess.
Conspiracy theorists have long believed that the facility does in fact have the ability to modify the Earth's weather, disable satellites, and go as far as having the ability to control people's minds. What's crazy about
The
that?
big three.
Yeah, what's crazy about that though is you can get 3 birds stoned at once if you just have the mind control, because you can just tell them the other shit's happening, you know?
Yeah, you could just tell them to all run in a circle and form a big fucking tornado.
Once you get the mind control, like, you can roll your brisket in dirt and then tell them it's just seasonal.
You could roll it in dirt and just
Yeah.
tell somebody it's a big marble.
You don't even have to tell them to grow up.
What do you call like a big marble? You know how like you don't to grow up. What do you call a big marble? You know like a big pog is a slammer. What's a big marble? A brisket?
Are you talking about like those like big like glass balls people put in their garden?
No, I meant like actually playing the marble game. There's like normal sized marbles.
I think it's a bazooka.
I thought it was called a brisket.
It could be a brisket. Those briskets
roll
don't
it in
roll very
dirt.
well.
Well,
You do roll it in dirt though.
yeah, you did.
I see. I get what
Okay.
you're doing now. I get it.
Yeah,
I get
thank
it's
you.
good. Grow up.
What's this made of? What's this cheese sauce made out of? Sauce,
Sauce, no,
cheese. Oh.
Grow up.
You ever seen that one, the cheese sauce guy?
I don't know.
The guy's like, I bet you'll never guess what's in this cheese sauce. And the guy goes, sauce? And he goes, that's right, cheese. And he goes, oh. Kind of
All
the
right.
same vibe.
Yeah, sure. So number 7.
Fuck you.
Number 7, the Alaskan UFO base. Obviously, we had to get the aliens involved.
Yeah.
For me, when I think of UFOs, UAPs, whatever you want, I always think of hot weather desert areas like Nevada or Arizona. And that's because space is cold, man. Why the fuck would you fly across the galaxy and go to a cold place on Earth, you know? Go somewhere
But here's
hot.
the thing. Everybody knows that when you move to a new climate or whatever, let's just say you move from Minnesota to California,
Yeah.
your body becomes accustomed to the weather that you live in. So these aliens, they're coming down and they're like, maybe they all start in Alaska and then they're
Okay.
like, okay, I'm like a little, this is kind of like space, you know?
Yeah.
I'm a little used to this. And then they're like, you know what? I kind of want to like get a little, see what else they have to offer. And here's the thing. If humans are just like aliens, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
Some people like the cold, some people like the heat. So, you know,
I don't know. Man, I used to be real good at acclimating to weather.
not so much anymore.
Until once I lived in LA for a few years, now I'm just fucking cold all the time.
Oh, really?
Like when I lived in Idaho and it was snowing, I'd be like, oh, I'll just wear like a sweatshirt, like never like a big jacket or anything like that. Like I was pretty good in cold weather, and now after leaving LA, I'm just fucking cold all the time.
It is weird. There are some days where it's like 90, 6 degrees, and I'm like, I walk outside, I'm like, it's hot, but it's not like, I remember when I first moved to LA, I was like, it is fucking roasting, and I don't know what to do. Now I'm like, I'm kind of okay.
Yeah.
But it's outside right now, it's like kind of chilly, and I'm like, I don't know how cold it is, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm freezing right now.
It's probably like 65.
Yeah, I'm not built for the cold anymore.
Yeah.
So, but I could do the heat.
Yeah. I can't really do any of it. I think I just need to die.
You need more cream. Get this man more cream. More daddy cream.
Did I tell you? Because I was in Arizona for the New Year's this year. You're frozen on my.
What were you
end
doing
right
there?
now, so I'm not.
I can see you.
Oh, okay. So for the holidays, I went back to Montana to spend it with the in-laws. And then for like New Year's, we went and did like a week in Arizona because we had more extended in-law family lives there, and it was kind of just like, oh, let's go do a trip. And I hadn't been to Arizona since I was like 2, and so it was just like a fun trip to go like check out something new. And we went to a like aura reading psychic alien place.
Fuck that. I'm scared of those.
And they had a guaranteed UFO night tour that they drive you out in the middle of the fucking desert, and it's guaranteed you see a UFO.
Stop.
But that was in Sedona.
Okay.
But we were staying in Scottsdale. Oh. And so like we were only in Sedona for like a couple hours, so I didn't sign up for the midnight UFO tour because we're going back. But that's a thing. If you want to go lose money and look at a laser pointer.
Yeah, when it's a guaranteed, like either
ain't no way.
Either the humans are scamming you, or the aliens and the humans have a grift going together, and they're gonna.
They're really fucking you up.
Yeah, but you think they'd be in Montana because they got the biggest sky over there. They got so much
and
sky.
They love turning cows inside out.
That's right. They got cows out there too.
Yeah, cattle.
Something to think about.
Yep. All right. So where are we now? Yeah. So I was talking about how I'm not used to UFOs. Like the whole aliens and the cold. But derailed a little bit there. Mount Hayes is the highest mountain in the eastern Alaskan range, and it is speculated to be home for many aliens and their Buicks.
What?
I don't know. I was having fun.
I was
calling their UFOs Buicks.
Oh, I thought that was like a new term. I just
didn't want to say UFO again.
Fair.
Because it's just like you only say it so many goddamn times. Because the next word, the next sentence is UFO sightings started in the area in the 40s, and the sightings became so frequent that the FBI got involved. Experienced military personnel continued to report strange phenomena in the area until the late 90s.
Oh, okay.
Pat Price, a former CIA remote viewer, claimed that Mount Hayes has one of the largest alien hubs on Earth, hiding in the barren lands that people have no interest in going to.
Oh my God! Have you been on Alien Hub?
Only when the wife's out of town, because I gotta play it on full volume.
It's really hard to read the categories.
The categories and the closed captions. Holy shit.
The hieroglyphs are just so hard to decipher, but
I went blind for 3 days last time. My wife came home and I was crawling around the ground covered in my own feces screaming because I couldn't hear or see.
I had green goo coming out of every orifice. I got gooed. They gooed me.
They gooed you from 8 trillion light years.
They got me with the over the computer
goo
screen
cannon.
Goo.
That's because they try to trick you into plugging that USB thing from your butt to the computer, and that's when they goo you.
They got me goo virus in my body. I got goo virus.
McAfee didn't stop that goo virus. God damn it.
And that guy, speaking of covered in shit, that guy had a poop fetish, dog.
Yeah, most of us do.
They sit in a hammock and shit through it on his face. Really? You didn't know about this? They have like documentaries about this McAfee dude. He made the fucking firmware, software, virus bullshit, and then like moved to like South America where he paid women to sit in a hammock and shit on him.
I knew he was a wacko. I knew he did some shady shit. I was unaware of the hammock sniper shots, but
yep.
Yikes. All right, number 8.
It's an easy 20 though. I'd do it.
Yeah, $20 easy. I don't got to touch him. Yeah. Shit on.
I'm already shitting in anyone's hammock that they let me sit in anyway.
It's a free lunch. Yeah.
Might as well cut a hole in it. Let me shit through it.
Yeah. It's good fertilizer for the yard. Spin me real fast. I'll spray the whole yard.
That was an awkward silence. Are you judging me now?
No, you lagged out for a second.
Okay.
As that's been happening lately, I need to cancel fucking Xfinity. Fuck Xfinity. Fuck Comcast. I need to find a new internet provider because it's been bad.
Don't. They're gonna SWAT you, man. Don't do that. Don't say that about
I
them.
don't give a shit. Fuck those guys. I'll go out guns blazing at this point.
They come in and start choking you with fiber cables. Fucking.
They wish they had fiber cables. Cowards.
I know. Yeah. They're using those weird fucking one prong in the middle.
Yeah.
What are those called?
Oh
my god.
Is it like ATV cable?
Something like that. I don't fucking know. I can't remember. We can't go into. Now we're just doing a podcast about how to set up your internet.
Yeah.
Okay, it's annoying me the name of it, but we'll think of it anyway.
All right. This is the last part. So this is number 8. And that is
Coaxial?
It's not coaxial. It's not Mewtwo.
Fuck.
It's not Gollum. I know you want to say it is. It's not.
It's not?
It's not.
Okay.
It's not Kratos. It's definitely not Solid Snake.
Okay, just fucking. What's the last part?
Bender Rodriguez.
That's
so
a man out there?
Huh?
Never mind.
You know who Bender Rodriguez is?
Yeah, Futurama. I forgot his last name was Rodriguez, though.
Yeah, it's funny. All right, so number 8 is the Alaskan Vortex. That's right.
Oh, fuck.
Alaska is covered with a large concentration of magnetic anomalies. Fuck, I didn't think I was going to be able to say that word. I pulled that off so good. Much like the Bermuda Triangle.
He's so happy right now.
I'm so happy. That's one of those words I have a really hard time saying, and I nailed it. And I'm getting better, guys. I'm getting smarter.
My brain is healing.
It actually kind of hurts right now, but I'm gonna pull it out.
See, you can come back from all those whipped cream cans, guys.
I can. I don't know about the whiplash, but the whipped cream cans, I will recover. So much like the Bermuda Triangle, which is a good reason why these two have drawn many similarities mixed with the interesting disappearances of many people.
Oh, they're fucking up your compasses.
Yep. So this vortex is said to have the ability to transport things into other dimensions, which is one of the big explanations to why so many people go missing inside the triangle every year, because they have been teleported to a new dimension.
Oh.
I hope if I get teleported to a new dimension, there's oxygen.
I was going to say, that's a lot easier than telling the family that they got your whole family got eaten by wolves.
And polar bears.
No, they're in Kuakli now.
Yes.
The beautiful water village. It's the Caribbean there all the time.
By now, they're already an old man who probably started a family with Quoxlins. They had to move on.
Cut to Grandpa.
Grandpepper.
It's eating my dick.
Getting torn apart.
It's eating my dick.
They got him on the stretching table, just ripping him apart.
Yep. Happens.
Just beating him with coconuts.
Oh, they actually got transferred. I was trying to say that this is wolves eating them in the Alaskan tundra. You're saying they transferred to a new dimension and they're hostile. That's actually pretty good.
Fucking thing with
removing
6 arms.
his teeth one by one.
So those 6 arms slowly beating him to death with coconuts.
They're using him as a fucking sock puppet. They're just
He's
like
a cutting
shoving
board.
They're
using him as a
hands up
cutting
his
board.
ass. They stretched him out and made him a leash, a dog leash. They stretched him like on a medieval
wrapped him around
board.
their arm, and he's one of those leather things you catch like taloned birds with. Screaming.
They made him into ankle weights.
Oh my god. He's just a Ring doorbell over there.
His head's on the fucking front of the door. His eyes just going back and forth.
Just poke him in the eye really hard every time there's a new package. They got to
Oh,
charge him.
fuck.
They put a cord up his ass. All right,
That's
so
pretty good.
that's the end of my list. Out of the 8 possibilities listed, which one do you think it could be? Which one's responsible for the current average of 2,250 people vanishing every year? Which one do you think it is?
It's the vortex.
You think it's the vortex? You think it's
Yeah.
the teleportation?
Yeah, they're all just all of them are just those candy bowls in Halloween about the hand where you go to reach for it and the hand comes down and touches your hand. That's all they are now over there. That universe.
Okay, I like it. They just got turned into snow tires.
They're heavy tread. They stink though.
Yeah.
Stinky tires. When you go off little bumps, they fucking go oof.
Yeah, and it's like summertime. There's that one guy that hasn't changed his tires and it's super loud.
Yeah. Yep.
I was that guy.
I was that guy once.
Now I don't even got no snow tires.
Is that it?
That's it.
That's it. Okay.
That's
well,
all.
thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love telling you these stories, and we love when you stick around and listen. If you guys want any more information, you go to Camp Strange Podcast on Instagram and follow us there. We'll post shit on there. Like, subscribe, whatever the fuck you guys do on wherever you're listening to this, and shove it up your ass. Become a Ring doorbell, assholes. You don't even know what I go through. I'm a Ring doorbell day in and day out. And if you guys want to send us anything, send it to campstrangepodcast@gmail.com. I think that's basically it. Oh, click the link in bio if you want merch. Fuck it, who cares?
Go buy that shit. No one does.
No, fuck it. Fuck that shit.
Go buy one. Use it as a towel to wipe your dog's ass. Buy a shirt, turn into a Ring doorbell. I don't give a shit.
Just
No,
joking. Don't do
Jesus
that. I knew it was a joke. It was a joke.
God, I got to edit that one out, you fucker.
I meant. So, like, just have a quick release on it.
Jesus Christ, I got to edit that out.
But, like, that
Just-
press.
We're editing.
Yeah, edit that out. Edit
we're
that.
editing
just
that
beep
out.
it. Just beep that part.
We'll beep it. I'll see if I
Okay,
still have
sorry.
the beep sound bit. If not,
Fuck.
I think I still have the JG Wentworth
Oh, just
soundbite.
play that.
I'll just play that over it.
You can't give me a microphone and expect me not to say some crazy shit.
You've been on a good run lately. The
I
last few episodes,
know.
I haven't had to edit anything.
Daddy forgot his meds.
I was gonna say,
He got his Pez and meds mixed up. I ate a lot of Pez today.
I ate a whole sleeve of Pez.
Oh, ate a whole neck of Pez. Comes out the neck. Anyway. And what else we got in the shop?
Nah, we ain't doing that. We just
Oh,
we
okay,
just,
let's
we just
do
did the
2
same
each.
thing. We just did the
We
same
did.
thing, but we're
We
talking
did.
about
But the
torturing
death-
people in other dimensions.
Okay, but what else did he become? Give me 2 and I'll give you 2.
All right. God damn, they had to turn him into one of those pucks you piss on in a urinal.
The urinal cake?
Yeah, urinal cake.
They emptied out his asshole and made a lava lamp out of it. Sorry, it's a little graphic.
Out of what they pulled out or out of his asshole?
Well, they can't make him into a whole lava lamp, so whatever's just in his ass.
Okay. They just turned him into a toilet.
You're kind of on a toilet kick right now.
Why?
Because he was a urinal cake.
Oh, you're right. Whoops.
Someone's got to pee. They turned him into Pitbull. No, they turned him into CeeLo Green. Which is worse? CeeLo.
Oh, I think CeeLo Green's kind of a creep.
Yeah, I think he's a rapist.
Oh, yeah,
allegedly.
I think he got into hot water. I'm pretty sure Pitbull still has a clean slate of just being a cool dude who makes not great, like makes catchy music. That's like,
I saw CeeLo Green knock over 9 bowling pins.
You sure that wasn't just a bowling ball?
You know what? You're right.
Yeah. It's okay. I think most people make that mistake.
Okay, let's end there. David, do you have anything to say before we officially head out?
Happy Super Bowl Sunday.
Ooh, and don't forget to stay strange.